Hello everyone and welcome back to Milo Farms. Well, out in the shop again tonight, and we are getting ready to change the chain case lubricant on this 2000 Yamaha Mountain Max 700. So what we're looking at tonight is the chain case right here on the right hand side. You can see the top of it right here. This particular one has a battery for the electric starter, so it makes it a little bit harder to get to. So we are going to have to remove this can for the muffler for a little bit while we do this service. Particularly when we get to the part about checking the tension on the chain case. So to start with, we're going to get us a little bucket, just like this, and get down underneath with a 12mm wrench. We've already started the machine up and spun the track for a few minutes up on a stand to get the oil stirred up, so now we're going to climb underneath. So right under the front axle on the right hand side, we're going to be looking for this little bolt right here with a copper washer behind it. You can take that off with the 12mm wrench, loosen that up with your drip pan under it. So I've already loosened it just a little bit. We'll go ahead and back that out. Get our little pail under it there. You don't want to lose that little washer. And there's the oil right there. Oil actually looks nice and clean, so we'll let that drain. So while that's draining, we're going to come up here to the top and try to reach down in here and grab this little ring right here that's the dipstick. See if we can pop that loose and pull it up just a little bit to let some air in. Then we're going to remove this muffler or this can on here. You've got this spring right here that needs to be taken off. This spring over the top. Spring here, and one here, and then this can will lift straight up out of there. I found a tool that works real well for these is this right angle needle nose. A guy I worked with a few years ago recommended a pair of these for a different project that I was working on, and they've turned out to be really handy. Just picked these up, I think, at Harbor Freight or something, and they've worked great. So here it is with the can removed. You can see you can kind of pull the recoil out of the way. And there is the dipstick and the fill port for the chain case. Looking at this dipstick, if we can get it to focus, on one side it says reverse, the other side it says standard. Both capacities use the same amount of fluid, which is right around 8 ounces. The difference is if you have reverse, you have more gears in there, and then you also have a different size of chain case cover with a different space. So either way, whether you have reverse or whether you have standard, it'll use the same amount. Just fill it to the right area. And like I say, right around 8 ounces. Then it also has this magnet on the tip. You want to make sure that's clean. Went ahead and got the plug put back in the bottom after it was finished draining. I poured out 8 ounces of this Polaris SCL chain case lubricant. Yamaha makes one as well. I find that I'm happier with this Polaris one. I think it's easier to get and easier to work with. So I've got 8 ounces of the fluid poured out into a measuring cup, and we'll go ahead and pour it in. Got the dipstick put back, and we're just a hair above the full line on the standard. So next thing we're going to do is take a look at the chain case tension adjustment. So right down here you can see this bolt. So we're going to take this bolt, we're going to loosen this jam nut, then tighten this bolt all the way in finger tight. Then we're going to loosen it about a half a turn and then set the jam nut down. And that's going to set our chain case tension adjustment. So putting this all back together is just going to be the reverse of the process, putting the can back in, getting all the springs back in place, and you'll be all finished up. So hope everybody enjoyed the video. Remember, you can't finish a project without getting started.